Let's get in there with Commissar in Worslick Woods. Okay, right away, it's dark. I'm going to try to load up Duxy UI. Someone just pulled that right in front of me. Someone just pulled both those right in front of me. All right. Lighting is not fixed. We're going to play in the dark. On top of having the lighting issue, my luck is I log in and it's dark. So I am bound in the West Common Lands. Let's head out. I'm in a gate. I just can't see anyways. And someone's already here. In the last video I fought here. Now I have a weapon for myself. It's in Kinos, so if I make my way to Kinos, I can pick up a new weapon. From there, at level 29, maybe we can go to Permafrost and fight woolly mammoths. Not quite sure. There's quite a lot of people out here. Wow, look at that. What the heck? I've never seen that sword. Sigenhart Winterblade Smoking Lounge Clan. That looks cool. What sword is that? Do you guys know? Tell me if you guys can figure it out. What I can do is I can turn on like, how do I do inspect? Let's see. / inspect on. You must target something to inspect. Okay, let's see if I can inspect. Inspect on. I got them targeted. I don't know how to inspect people. There's like an option to turn on and off. Mine is set to off. All right. I have no lighting. Sentient Bracer. It's not a bad item. So let's make our way over to Kino so I can get that new weapon. And let's check out and see if I can level up in Everfrost Peaks. So yes, I can. But first, let's get ourselves over. Refresh my Spirit of Wolf. I'm going to do a bit of running, so I won't have you guys watch me. Let's at least turn on music. There we go. Good music. So it's been a long time since I played the Shaman, right? Long time. So the zones we have to run through, we have to go through Kithcore Forest, which is next. High Pass Hold, which is after that. East Karanas, which is a very long zone. North Karanas. West Karanas. And then we'll be in Kinos Hills. And then North Kinos. I have a character there waiting, and I bought an item for this character off of the vendor. And this character has the money for it. But this character just wasn't in the area. So let's get over there. I bought it off the vendor in the pub. Man, this is going to be so dark. Just my bad luck, it's 10 p.m., which means it's not going to be daylight for a while. Let's do our best to avoid any kind of creepy crawlies. The ones out here are very dangerous. I'm liking that I got sound fixed. I just wish I had some better lighting. You guys can't see much at all. So what I'll do is once I pick up my fresh weapon, I'm going to head back through Kinos Hills, through Blackborough. Whoa, he's right there. And then through Everfrost Peaks. In Mammoths, are actually kind of higher level, to be honest. If I'm able to kill them, it's going to be through rooting, rotting, but I would like to start using some melee as well. This character is getting pretty well geared. And getting up in levels in Shaman is a difficult grind, I feel. And it's one of those grinds that improves as you level up your character. I hear Shaman is one of those S tier solo classes. Up there with Necromancer. And up there with Enchanter. However, Enchanter sounds like a lot of work, and I don't like to work hard. It involves charming, and charm spells break. Same as roots. Roots break too. But when you're a shaman and the roots break, at least you're not going to die right away. You can handle some hits. You can take hits with the shaman. So I'm level 29 now. And just a thought, I could also go to West Karanas and fight Cyclopses. I don't think I can handle hill giants. No. You had to be closer to level 40 for that. But perhaps Cyclopses. And that guy Prune and Brune. The two Cyclops brothers on the hill. I bet I can take them on. If we decide to go there, I'll have to watch out for that Necromancer gnome female that's hanging out there. It's part of the quest for the Kinos honor badge. She'll drop me like nothing. See, I get the lighting from the environment, but the items I have in my bag aren't giving off lighting sources. But you see like the environmental lighting from static objects, lanterns, are giving pretty good lighting. And when I was playing with other people, someone was using a firebolt spell, and that was giving really good lighting off too. Alright, so we're running behind this orc. He looks like he's on a mission. He's gonna run to Captain Ashland, where the high pass holds citizens. There's Captain Ashland. And I'm always scared to pass this guy when I was young in the game. I was like, he's a troll. Even though I considered him, I was like kind of worried that he would still attack me. Like if you held him, he would just get mad and attack. Never happens. Alright, very good lighting here. But we have to make our way through here. I used to know my way through this perfectly. Now I seem to go the wrong way every time. They couldn't make these areas more complicated if they tried. Did I make it? It's hard to tell. I have no idea where I'm at. Yes, I did. Let's check up top. I was looking for the named Muktile Knolls. Don't see them. Just a totally different experience when it's all pitch black like this. And these, I mean, I understand they got him here, but putting him next to the entrance like that is just devious. When you're a noob and you're trying to get to your friends and they're all hanging out in Freeport area, and you made all this run out here, lots of time invested, and then you just can't even get past because the dang gnolls are parked at the entrance at the zone line. And at the other end, you got the orcs blocking the entrance. Sure, you can get a invisibility spell, but those are so random they can just drop at any time. Running and talking. So this game, for me, involves a lot of traveling. I'm traveling all this way just to get an item off a character. I can't remember which character I picked it up on. But it was late, and I didn't have time to jump on this character and gate him and run him all the way back to the area, so I just bought it on the other character. And I says, I'll transfer it. And the other character, and this character has the money to buy it. It's just that I didn't have the time to log out, log on this character, run him over to Kino, so I thought I would just pick it up for him. It may be cheating, and I don't disagree with you, but that's just the route I took. People have noticed I have several druids, and they asked why two druids? Because I had a level 55 druid character, and Lackermay's level 24, I want to say. But that's not just it. I have Peppercorn, another druid character. On all my accounts combined, I have 4 druids. People ask me why. And to be honest with you, I just enjoy playing the game. I like making goals. I like projects. I've started so many projects in this game. And but ultimately, I find this game's got the best replayability of all MMOs I've ever played. You can re-roll characters. You can find new items to help you out with the grind. The only thing you can't do is customize your character in certain ways, like with your levels and skills. You can pick at trade skills, but there's not like a whole lot of items that are so unique to trade skills. What I would be interested in doing, and I'd like your feedback on this, I watched someone do a playthrough and they made themselves a set of cultural armor. It looked so cool. So they had a Dark Elf Warrior. You guys might know this person who made a playthrough. Very popular playthrough, and it was really well thought out. And I watched it twice. I enjoyed it a lot. Probably got real busy in life and abandoned the projects, but too bad he didn't continue making EverQuest content. It would have been a big channel. But this guy started out with a Dark Elf Warrior, and he was showing how to start at EverQuest when starting with nothing. He leveled up his character as a warrior, not to play it long term, just to raise money for another character. He ended up playing the warrior probably longer than he anticipated. And at the very end of the series, he got himself a set of cultural armor, and that requires a lot of money and trade skills. However, he did commission someone to make his cultural armor set. It looked really cool. So one of these days before I ever retire from EverQuest, I'm going to make myself cultural armor. I'm going to do it myself. So I'm going to have to raise several skills. I might have to buy materials from other players. And I have to do a lot of research and reading up on how to do all of these things, and a lot of scavenging throughout this game to get all the items you need. But that would be the ultimate for me, is making myself a set of cultural armor. So this is one of the Karanas are my favorite zones in game. I've played the heck out of them, so they have lost some of their magic. However, anytime I come to this zone, I feel like I'm back home. Let's check the time. It really needed to be daylight. It says it's 2 a.m. in game now. And thank goodness, Spirit of Wolf lasts a long time. Now, I have Spirit of Wolf, Quickness, and Targar's Insects. Those are my 3 spells, all sharing the same foot icon. Just want to make sure I know which one's which before I start ever fighting anything. Spirit of Wolf at the bottom, Targar's Insects, and Quickness. Okay. I wish Quickness lasted longer. And one of the reasons I like Druid over Shaman is their beneficial buffs you cast on players last longer. A lot of their spells last a good while. The only ones that don't last very long is the thorns. But protection of the glades, regrowth, something of the grove, and legacy of thorn, and pack spirit. And yeah, so those spells right there, huge buffs. Then if you had another player come by, say an enchanter or a shaman, and give yourselves a quickness spell, you're like a wrecking ball, just destroying things. And if you're twinked out on top of all that, you're probably killing reds at like lower levels. Say you're like level 20, you're killing red things solo, especially melee. It'd be nice if there was augmentations on weapons that allowed you to get resisted less often. So you can twink out a caster to the point where they can fight things that are yellow, because the only ones that really excel in fighting higher level creatures when they're twinked out are melee class characters. If you happen to be playing a caster, no matter how well geared you are, you can't control the game mechanics and those resists that you're gonna encounter. They're gonna resist your spells. It's just a headache. So there's a lot of classes that are really great soloing, but you're gonna have to stick within the appropriate level range for your characters. Unless you play melee and you got really good gear. Alright, what's running out? Inner Fire. So that's a level 1 spell. I'm still using Inner Fire all this time. Alright, we are running through North Karanas. This is another one of those zones that I feel intimately connected to. There's a lot of unique characters in this game. This zone you could have... I remember when I first started Green Server, I was trying to get some items out of this zone. Bearhide Jerkin, maybe one of them. There's a Griffin, and there's that have like Griffin Talon gloves, I think. The werewolf pelts that you can get. The werewolf cloak. I mean, there was just a whole lot of things I was trying to do here. And I really liked all that questing stuff with EverQuest. Alright, here we are. The biggest zone in the game, West Karanas. By the time I run through this zone, it's going to become daylight. So we can get a good look around. However, everyone knows this. What this zone misses more than anything is a dungeon. They've got a few ruins with mummies and skeletons, but no one ever goes there. They've got the farm, which is an interesting place. You have an ogre there who's friendly. You have a gnoll there who's friendly. And then you got the millers who are also friendly. Their scarecrows are animated. And the only thing makes it tough leveling there for a solo self-found character, oh look, this guy's getting light, is that you need a magical weapon to damage the scarecrows. Otherwise, it's a great place to level. And this is the first zone you go to as soon as you graduate from Everfrost Peaks, low levels, running through Blackburrow. If you're starting out as a human, you run to this zone. What everyone likes to do is fight the bandits, because that's where you make your money. Bandit Sash turn-ins are great, not so much for experience. It's decent experience, not amazing, but you get those bronze weapons that can sell for upward of 6 platinum a piece. And that's where you start making your money. So at that point, if you're struggling, you can get some bronze weapons off of the bandits. You'll get platinum, but you could easily buy your first bandit armor set. Bandit armor. Problem is, you don't see a lot of people in the Kinos area selling banded armor, so you have to get through high pass hold. There's not a lot of druids that pop in either. They don't pop into Kinos Hills or Kinos and say, druids porting to all locations, so you have to know someone to get over there. Or you have to be a class that can cast invisibility on yourself and run through. The other way you can get through there is you could go through the Gorge of King Zorb, which is through East Karanas. And then you have to go through Clan Runnii Citadel, whichever you call it these days. And then you can go through Misty Thicket. Misty Thicket comes out through Kithkor Forest. And from there you can get back to West Karanas. And that's the major hub of the game. Everyone knows this. I think everyone who watches my videos, unless the YouTube algorithm sends a random person who might have interest in retro MMOs, is going to be a veteran. So there we go. We have a yellow Khan. Let's go ahead and fight it. And the thing about this is, if I'd run into trouble, I can easily just run away. So we're going to have regeneration. All right, that's good enough. So let's put root back up. There we go. Now, do I have a better root spell? Raging Strength. No, that's the best root I have. And I need to get... Yeah, there's Cannibalize. Let's throw Cannibalize up a few times. Recover some mana. Listen to that sound. It's loud. Turn it down. A couple more. Got regeneration on. Okay. Now, I don't have a snare, but I do have a root. Let's give myself quickness. I already have it, don't I? No. There we go. We're going to do Affliction on him. Here he comes, pissed off at me. Envenom Breath. Gotcha. Massive damage I'm taking. Well, we can dish it out too. So I hit my max damage. It's just 40 damage per swing. I'm going to recast Envenom Breath when it runs out. And then I'm going to take off running like the Dickens. Doing okay. Let's recast Envenom Breath. He resisted it and it wore off. Let's redo it again. Oh. Did you hear that crunch? You get those, he resisted it again. You get those audio cues whenever you're taking a critical hit. So he's still got one dot on him. He resisted. He resisted. Goodness, that's 4 resists in a row. Okay, we got him. Let's do Cannibalize. We're gonna have to redot him. Dang it. I might have to run away. Affliction ran out. That's another resist. One more resist I'm running. Well, at least it was worth the effort. I felt like if RNG would have worked for me, I could have got this guy. You do Affliction. He resisted. He resisted. So let's see, what is my rate of resist? I would say about 80% on this guy. That's the problem. He resisted everything. Now, if my Spirit Wolf ran out, I would be in danger. So it's a good thing I refreshed all my buffs before this fight. Root wore off, but I'm far away from him. And I've got Spirit Wolf on. He won't catch me. So I think my quickness spell, what I could have done is Targar's insects on him as well. Okay, so we want to be going west. Now it's saying I'm going northwest, which is the right way. So what I had for lunch today is strawberry rhubarb Noosa yogurt. I'm a fan of the plain yogurt, and then they put some like fruit stuff at the bottom. It's like gelatinous stuff, kind of like a jelly. It's kind of half between a preserve and a jelly. I'm not a big fan of jelly. I like preserve though. In fact, I might actually make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I've got really good quality bread. It's that artisan bread. And I've got strawberry preserves. I prefer preserves, not jelly. I think the difference is jelly is like it's gelatinous. It's got a different texture. And then preserves got fruit in there. So I think a jam, I may be wrong about this, but a jam is kind of like halfway between a jelly and a preserve. And if I'm to get certain fruits, I prefer the preserves, of course. That guy looks pretty cool in his black armor. Whoa. He looked really cool. And so there's jaundice armor pieces that we could also work towards getting. Jaundiced armor, and that's for shamans. It's kind of like Necros get the flayed skin armor. Rangers get the ivy etched armor. Warriors get that. What's it called? It's at the tip of my tongue. But these armor sets you can start working towards getting at level 30 plus. And I'm at that point where I can start working on getting my jaundiced armor for my barbarian character, of course. All right. Well, I'm getting close to... And this entire episode is just a matter of traveling. Hope you guys don't mind. I've got... So today I had clinic. I had 9 patients on my panel. And somebody else I worked with only had 5. I had 9. So that was kind of lopsided, but I didn't complain about it because, you know, everyone gets their good day every once in a while. But I've got a lot of clinic notes to write. And so I stayed after work and completed 3 of my clinic notes, which leaves me with 5 left. And I want to complete those before the end of the day. Tomorrow I've got clinic and I'm trying to stay on top of things. It's like bad habits with me is I procrastinate. And that's why I'm recording while I'm running. Man, quickness is just now running out. That lasted a long time. So I have a bard character that runs super fast, right? And I was timing myself running through West Coronis from one end to the other. And it was taking about 5 minutes to run with silos on and good drums to make it all the way from one end of West Coronis to the other. Can you imagine? I mean, doing this run over and over without Spirit Wolf? Good grief. I always find myself back in this zone. And the good thing about it, though, is I'm If I do character info, I'm bound in West Commons. So after I get my weapon, I can just get back over to West Commons and I can buy a port to Butcher Block. I could fight the Crazed Goblins as a backup, but I could also just run to Mistmore Castle and go to the graveyard, because that'd be a really good addition to a graveyard group. I can give the main tank quickness. I can do Targar's insects on some of the harder conned mobs. You know, I have decent healing capabilities, and if no one else can do it, I can give the main pooler Spirit of Wolf, so it makes being a puller in a group so much better. I feel sorry for anybody who has to pull in a group without Spirit of Wolf. Alright, we're finally making it back. So I forget the name of the item. Really forgot it, but it's got similar damage to the weapon I got now. So I've got this Frost Giant Femur, which I bought for about 100 platinum. This gives you 25 damage and 46 delay. So the item I'm going to pick up has about 20-ish damage and 20 delay, so it swings about twice as fast. And I think that's going to be better. If it's one-handed, that means it allows me to put something in my offhand. I really hope it's a one-handed item, but I don't think so. I think it's a two-handed blunt, which is what I'm using now. We'll find out very soon. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go into a secret location, and I'm going to camp out there. Then I'm log on my other character and drop an item. So I have to figure out which character has it. Could be my Shadow Knight Novax. It could be my Ranger Hux. In fact, I think it's Hux. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to park myself right here, away from prying eyes. We're going to camp out right here. And I'm going to log into character and drop a bag right where I'm sitting. And then when I log into this character, I'm just going to find the bag on the ground and pick it up. This is the way you transfer items, but it's risky. Especially if your game client crashes. You only got about 5 minutes before that item disappears. Maybe even less. But I feel like it's an item that if it happened to crash and lose the item, it's not the end of the world. So I'll see you guys as soon as I get the new item. Okay guys, I'm back and this is the character. See, I already have him parked over here. Hux needs to get his quest item soon. And it's going to replace this Ragor. This is such a great item though. But anyways, this is what I found. On the vendor, 20 damage, 28 delay, plus 5 strength, but it has a negative 30 for poison. It's better than what I have, but not by a whole lot. Well, let's go ahead and drop it off. So this is a gamble. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go ahead and sit. I'm going to go ahead and camp. When I get to 5 seconds left, I'm going to place it on the ground. There's the interrogator's badge. So that's the one I have to finish. I've got most of the way through this quest. It's a good item, isn't it? 10 mana, 10 hit points. Alright, we're almost there. So, this is a risky move. Oh, yes, drop it. Okay, so I had to log out and log into the other account. It's only been about 15-20 seconds past. The game is figuring out how to load. So as long as the game doesn't crash. If it crashes, I'll log back in my other character and grab it again. If the game crashes, you have to restart your whole client. It just takes like a minute and a half. So this is why it's a gamble. Right, we got Commissar right there in North Kinos. Let's go ahead and log him in. Find my new item. And I bought this in the inn here in Kinos. It was a couple hundred platinum. There it is, guys. See it? Boom. Now, the question is this even better than what I have? Okay, let's do a quick comparison. So here's what I'm using. Frost Giant Femur, and here's what I want to use. We have to consider how cool it looks too. So I have 25 damage, 46 delay. This one is 20 damage and 28 delay. They're both two-handed blunt. This one has the effect of proc of Yelp. This one has the effect of Gate of Poison. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to see how soon you can proc that. So we're going to type in Poison Wind Sensor. Okay. And it says it procs at level 50. Pfft. So it's not a huge upgrade. Now let's take a look. 999. So this is what I'm using. A lot of people are like, how are you using an axe as a shaman? Well, it's just the graphical design of it. It looks good. My poison is negative 15, which means every poison is going to land on me. My attack goes up from 544. No, it actually goes down. It's got strength to it, but the other one had... How's my strength going down? How's my attack go down? They're both two-handed blunt. How does my attack go down? Because Poison Wind Sensor has a strength of 5. And the other one doesn't have any strength to it at all. So when I put on the Poison Wind Sensor, my attack should go from 544, it should increase. It goes down. Oh, wait, my dex is at 69. Why is my attack going... Oh, my AC is going down. I'm looking at AC. Darn it. So yeah, attack goes up to 577, but my AC decreases. Okay. And this one has an AC of 5. Well, let's just use it and try it out. It's not the big... huge improvement that I was hoping for, but it swings faster and it does hit hard. And besides, even the other one's doing 25 damage, I'm not getting the benefit of that max damage because I'm capping out on my damage hits. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run to see if the boat's ready. And I am going to go to Otis. And from Otis, I have two choices. We can go either to Cara Isle, or I can go through the Warrens, make it through the other side, and then there's Stone Brunt Mountains. So there's two options to level up here. I think I'll try, but to get to the Warrens, I have to run through Painhill, which is a pain in the butt. Yeah, I feel really quick. After playing the Paladin for so many times, jumping on this character and seeing him run like this is so good. Now I'm taking a risk. Again, I have to run to the bank and change my coins over. Reduce my weight if I can. All right. See, I have quite a bit of money on me. 175 platinum. All right, gonna carry it all on me and then find the boat. It says nothing about the boat. So sometimes you get a message saying the boat's leaving Yurden, and that kind of gives you a cue how long you have to wait. So there's two docks here, and many times I've been... Which docks is it? There's a docks over there, isn't there? Usually there's some docks over here. I can't see them. This is the one where the boat comes, I think. Yeah, because the other one's got Trumpy iron toes on it, and that's not the right dock to stand on. So many times I've stood on this dock waiting for the boat. Yeah. But what I will do while I'm waiting is run down here, pick this up. Oh man, I'm overloaded. Let's get out of the water before I drown. Where is the... Yeah, we got it. You guys can tell me if you think that's an improvement over the last item I had. Get a little infection increase with the good guys. And we can take this and turn it into Tom Fire Pride, which I'll do real quick because the boat's not ready. So, Guards of Antonius Bell got better. Guards of Kinos. Standing with the Blood Sabers got better. Blood Sabers are the warriors of this zone. Alright, where am I going? I'm going to catch the boat, but I think that's going to end this episode. Sorry there's not a lot of fighting. I had to come over here, so... Oh. Oh, she's gonna die. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can help him out. Oh, look at that. She ran through there and he fell. I could have helped him. I just didn't have my spells ready. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great week. Next episode, I'll try to do some actual fighting, but a little low on time today. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. Bye.